Hey everybody, my name is Robert Wardoff and I am the DM for the game. And what we're going to do today is I am going to go through a box of terrain that was sent to us by a small company out of Russia called Grabblecast. They sent the terrain. I have now painted it, and I'm going to take you through each of these items to show you how exactly I would use these particular pieces of terrain in the game. So let's have a look at these pieces. The first pieces that we're going to look at are the lava pieces. And when it comes to the Grabblecast terrain, I was very happy, first of all, with the lack of flash or anything that you had to clean away. So these pieces come and they're basically ready to paint. So there's very little that you have to do. In fact, I did no cleaning of the pieces whatsoever. The second thing to note is that the paint goes on very well. So there's no washing them in soapy water or having to deal with the fact that maybe your first coat of primer isn't going to go on well. The paint takes to them immediately. So that made me very happy. So the other thing to note is that I do not by any means consider myself any type of professional painter. I paint to play rather than paint to show. So I have a very large terrain collection, and so the biggest thing for me is that I want the pieces to be able to be painted quickly, and then to go into the collection and immediately onto the table. And that was the other thing to note about every one of these Grabblecast pieces that were sent to me, I will use. Because often you find pieces and you wonder, when am I going to use that? How am I going to use that? Each one of these pieces will be used a lot in the game. So here is the collection of lava pieces. I have a big board, so I would end up requiring lots of these pieces to create either a lava field or some type of volcanic activity, but beautiful pieces as you can see. So the next pieces that they sent were logs and stumps. Very practical use pieces, easy to paint. You can put them down whether you're in a forest or any type of terrain. Now for these pieces, I kept a few of them single so that I can drop them down any place on any type of terrain. This log in particular I like for example for a campfire scene. So when the party's camping, etc., put this down in front of the fire and you basically have the beginning of a campsite. The other pieces I put down into what I would call drop-down terrain pieces. And these are very useful for me because unlike other games, I'm constantly changing scenes. So when I play, there's no setup beforehand with a massive dungeon layout that I'm then going to use for the entire session. My players are active, they're constantly moving, they have the freedom to go wherever they want to go. So I like drop-down stuff because I'm basically changing my entire boards in about a 10-minute span in between encounters. So these log pieces, the stump and the log, I laid out as if a tree had fallen, and here just a series of 3 different stumps on a drop-down piece, so it doesn't take me so long to deal with all of the small pieces. The other piece, and perhaps my favorite piece, is the altar. Always needing altars. I have quite a few altars that I use, but what I like about the Grabblecast altar is, first of all, it's not purposefully created as an evil altar. So I can use it for various religions, various groups that are praying. The other thing that I really like about it is the use of candles. As I say, I have lots of altars, but one thing that I don't have are any altars that have candles on them. And so whether you're praying, whether you're summoning, candles are, of course, an essential feature of most religious ritual. And here I have my only piece that have candles on it with a book there. I will end up using this altar for many different purposes. So I really like that piece. Next, I will show you the giant mushrooms. Now, I could have put these all together on one drop-down piece as a bit of a mushroom grove. I could have put them all together like that. That would have been good. I put them on individual stands, however, because I also want to use these, aside from being able to use them in a large forest, I can use these in the Underdark. So if I'm in a dungeon and I have my dungeon terrain set out, I can put these down on top and they can stand as single mushroom patches. So for practical purposes, I kept these separate, but I love these mushrooms and I love the way the purple went on them, so I'm very happy with those as well. Here are the boats that Grabblecast, rowboats, lifeboats, etc. Very useful pieces again. Now they came with benches that I chose not to put in. They look fantastic with the benches, but the only reason that I didn't put them in is because for me there are going to be figurines put in here. So I want to leave as much space as possible so that you're able to get figs in without dealing with those benches. Now these boats are particularly useful to me because I have one faction of the party has presently broken away and they're actually adventuring off of a ship. And so as you can see here, the boats are perfect size and scale up against our large homemade ship. So once again, very useful pieces that I will make heavy use out of. So thanks for watching the video, and a special thanks to Grabblecast for sending us this fantastic terrain. And please go and check out their website at grabblecast.com. Put in an order. I'm certainly going to be putting in another order because there are many other items on that website that hold the same multiple uses for the campaign. So that's the one really important aspect of this site, is just how useful all of their stuff is. If you wish to check out more of our videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. As well, we have an Instagram account at _game DnD. Thank you very much. See you soon.